everyone, it's Leanne with Lovely Scrappin', and I'm here with another project. This is a printer's tray I made using the Prima Almanac paper. I used mostly the 6x6 pad here. Love this paper, you guys. It was so hard to break into it, but I did. And I actually altered one of these trays. They're like a printer's tray, and my friend Joanne gave me some of these. This one's a little bit bigger. It has another row here, but they were made, I think they're for holding jewelry or whatnot. So this is how it comes, and it's like almost like a leather kind of a finish on it. So I had fun altering that, and this one measures, what did I say, 7.5 inches by 10 inches. So lots and lots of fun. The back of it, oh my gosh, you guys, I did, like the first thing I did was a lot of texturing, and I covered it up with tissue paper. I did kind of like a decoupage type of thing with tissue paper and Mod Podge matte, and I just put a whole bunch of Mod Podge on it, and then just put a bunch of tissue paper on it and scrunched up the tissue paper and put layers and layers on and scrunched it up till I got like this really cool, I don't know if you guys can make it out here, but this very textured sort of a look to it. And then while it was somewhat wet, I went over it with a bunch of black acrylic paint, some of this pink kind of a color paint that I made myself, just a mixture I came up with, and a little bit of white acrylic paint, and then let that dry. And once it dried, I went over it with this brick mask and some modeling paste, and I did some areas here and here, and it just gave all kinds of texture. I just love it. And so after that, I sprayed it with, I think it was the Cape Cod Coral and the wild, or what was it? Black Orchid Silver Lindy's sprays, and then I distressed it with some black soot, and then it was a bit too dark, so then I went over the bricks again with some what do you call it, some gesso to make it a little bit whiter, and then I just tore some of the paper line and just put it in places, just did different strokes, you know, going down, then horizontal and vertical, and then afterwards I did some blotching with my foam brush to get a little bit of like speckled type of a look to it. So this came out really good. I really enjoyed doing that, and I did it pretty much to the entire thing except the inside. The inside part I just painted black. So that's the back, you guys, and then I stamped my stamp on a cutout from the Prima Almanac paper. And for the handle, I just got this handle from my hardware store, and got my hubby to help screw it in with his drill. I was afraid I was going to wreck this, so I got him to do it. And then I just screwed it in there. And then I also went with some texture paste and all kinds of stuff in there as well. So I'm just going to put this on here and then come up close, and we'll talk about each of the little compartments. Okay, so I put, paper, I cut out paper for every single little compartment, and I tried to do each one differently, but some I kind of doubled up the pattern. And I just kind of went crazy, I think first I did trims where I wanted the trim to go. I did things like if I wanted to do stitch work before I adhered it down, I did some stitch work. If I wanted to do some tearing of the paper, and gluing down some lace, I did that there, and in this corner here, you can't really see it because it's covered up in there, but I tried to do that first, so there's a lot of planning you gotta do before you start pasting everything down. So anyway, let's get into it. So I just put some flat back pearl there, some Tim Holtz film strip, a lot of cutouts I fussy cut from the paper collection. This is one of the canvas resists from the Prima Almanac, and I sprayed it with dark chocolate truffle, the Cape Cod Coral mainly, to get the color I wanted, and then put some flat back pearls in the center there. This is one of those faucet pieces from Tim Holtz. This is just a vintage button I had in my stash. Not really vintage, but vintage looking. I don't know if you guys can make it out, but this is one of those, are they called thimbles for sewing? You put it on your finger, the metal ones, and I kind of squished it so it wasn't so round, so it would fit in the little compartment. I stuffed it with a little bit of lace, and then I put a really cool piece of bling in there, so it almost looks sort of like a light bulb in a way. You can make your own light bulb, funky light bulb, doing that just by taking a thimble and then a funky piece of acrylic, gem or bauble that you have and put it up at the top, and then it can kind of look like a light bulb. So I did that, but I wanted to also put some lace in there because I do have a light bulb elsewhere on here, which I'll show in a second. So I did that. I also fussy cut some of the ruler strip from the paper line and had it kind of going down behind there and in here, popping out over here. And then I just put some this trim, this white trim going down here was from Misty, MB Treasurista. When I did a custom order of Tim Holtz stuff, she gave me a beautiful rack, and this was part of it. And Misty, I used, actually these flat back pearls were from you too, and I used some other pieces, which you'll see here in a second. And let's see, just going over this way, this is kind of cute. These are some little keys on a key ring, a little charm I got from Joanne. And again, some lace back there. This is one of those clock keys from Tim Holtz. Some paper I fussy cut out of the collection, just a gear back there, and I put some mesh. My little girl's ringing the doorbell with my hubby. That's too funny. Sorry. And I put some of this like I think it's like cheesecloth mesh gauze type of thing I got from the dollar store a while back. And then I got this little beautiful angel sitting there. And this flower here I got from Cassie a long time ago, and I was saving it for an almanac project, so I put it in here. Anyway, so that's that compartment, and then going to this one here. So just a domino piece there. I'd put some of the texture paste on there, so it's got a lot of texture on it. This is one of the bobbins, I think you call it, or spools, or whatever you call it, you put into a sewing machine with thread on it. And I wrapped some of this other beautiful braid trim that I got from Misty. I gotta show you guys this. Oh my gosh, this is the like daintiest, like tiniest braid trim I've ever had. I absolutely love it. So I had to put, and this is just this beautiful champagne type of color, so it went beautiful with the paper line. So I had to, you know, string some around that and then put it behind, and then it goes around here and behind there. And then a couple just beads I have in my stash, and then this is just an arrow type of a metal charm I have, and then another cutout from the collection. And then, I don't know if you guys can make it out, but all along here there's some of this beautiful trim, and this I got from Joy. Thank you so much, Joy. She sent me some beautiful stamped images and also sent me a few beautiful trims as well. And let's see, and then I put some black lace over top of that, and then some of the flat, or the mesh bling there. And then I added some lace I had in my trim there. Going to this spot here, let's see, I'll just have to pick the camera up. So this here, these are obviously some I Am Roses. One of my favorite, well, these are both my favorites, R40 and then the R21. I love these flowers. And so I put that there. This one I sprayed with Cape Cod Coral, Lindy spray, which goes perfect with this almanac collection. And then I've got some beautiful little mesh wire. I got it right here. This is my last little piece, Tina. Oh my gosh, I love this. I think I'm going to have to send you some money, girls, so I can get some more of this, because I love how tiny it is, and it's just so flexible. So anyways, I used up a lot of that in this project because it was just, I had to. It goes perfect. Chicken wire and the chickens, you know, in the almanac, and which is also why I put a nest there. This is from, I think, Bead Landing, some of their charms. It's got little white bead pearl beads for the eggs. It's so cute. And anyway, I used some of that wire mesh there. Another number that I put there, one of those plates from Tim Holtz. One of my paper book paper rolled roses. I did do a tutorial because I had some requests on it, so I do have a tutorial, and I'll post that below, you guys, if you're interested in watching me make that. And just, I mean, it's nothing new, but I just showed how I do it, because you know how everyone sort of puts their own twist on the way that they do things. So I did do a tutorial because I had some requests. So anyway, this is a Prima Rose from the Almanac collection. Here's a, I don't know if you guys can make it out. Let's see if I can try and come closer. Really cute little bottle I got from my dollar store, and it actually had these little micro champagne gold type beads in it. So I kept some of those in there, added some white pearl beads, and then I don't know if you guys can make it out because I put a bit of gesso on the bottle, but inside there's a little rolled paper letter kind of a thing in there, with mini font on there from the paper line I fussy cut, and it's tied together with a little bow of twine, or whatever you want to call it. So here is a key I got from Michael's, some of the newer metal keys that they just came out with. So I used E6000. A lot of people, sorry guys, I'm going to try and name the glue that I used in most of these things. Whenever I'm gluing down any heavy duty metal I either use E6000, which is amazing, and let me just grab it for those who may not know what I'm talking about, so you know what it looks like. It looks like this, and it stinks, poof, and it, yeah, definitely, it's very toxic. Open up a window when you guys use it, because seriously, it's so made me have a major headache. Anyway, so you use that, I use that, and then I also use glossy accents. For things like this and this, I use hot glue. For like this, I use glossy accents. So that's just an idea. Whenever I'm like putting paper to paper, wood to paper, I use hot glue. Unless it's intricate, I use glossy accents. So I know I get a lot of questions about adhesives, you guys, so I hope that helps. Same with the trims, I used hot glue for that. So anything that is like a non-porous surface, I like to use glossy accents or E6000 because yeah, it just adheres better to it. Okay, so going to this next one, there's a keyhole from Tim Holtz. I made this little clothespin by painting it black and then adding the almanac paper onto it, and I was inspired to do that from the new Prima line that came out, and I saw their romance novel ones. I was like, oh, why not make your own? And I see a lot of other people making their own now too, because you may as well if you got them. So I did that. I added a little I Am Roses flower there. I cut a paper clip, a black paper clip, a piece of it off, and then just put the bottom part down there, and more of that sort of a mesh, and then another cutout that I painted a wood button black, and then I put this cutout on there. And then, oh, and this here, you guys, is one of those little, what do you call them? You put your thread through to help you thread a needle, or your sewing machine. You put your thread through this little piece. I was inspired to use one of these from Anna. Zanero one, I think it is, on YouTube. I hope I said that right. So Anna definitely inspired me to use one of those in my project. I saw it on one of hers. And a lot of the inspiration for this project also came from Miranda, you guys. She's Miss Liberty 25 on YouTube. She's absolutely amazing and is just like the printer tray configuration box queen. She's amazing. Well, she masters everything, really. She's such an inspiration. So Miranda, you totally inspired me for a lot of the elements on here too. Sorry I didn't mention it earlier, you guys. And that brings me to the chest piece. I remember seeing a chest piece in some of her work, so I totally was inspired to use that. Another one, rolled book paper roses there. I fussy cut this butterfly from the almanac paper. This is a Tim Holtz clock, and then a bead landing gear, and then these were bead landing little clock spinners, so I put that on there so she can make it whatever time she wants it to be. This is some of the piano from the almanac paper that I fussy cut and actually put it on dimensional. You guys can't really tell with this view, but it is on dimensionals. It gives it some more dimension. Some more of that flat back pearls from Misty. And then going over here, I put an R21 flower from I Am Roses there. This is just a piece that says Passion. I'm pretty sure I got that from Deb. She's 2113 on YouTube. And then this wonderful little cameo. I got a bunch of those from Cassie. Thank you, Cassie. And again, I heated up, take out the cameo piece, and I just painted it with silver alcohol ink because it used to be a vintage gold. And so I just altered it that way. I also altered the chain that goes with it. This chain that it's attached here and it drops down and it goes behind the flower over here behind the butterfly and wraps around there. So that I painted with alcohol ink as well. And then I also attached some pearl trim and just sort of attached it randomly, letting it sort of dangle and come all the way down to the bottom here. This is a wood clock piece from the Prima Almanac collection, and I just tied a bow in there. Oh, and this black trim here is also from Misty. It's this really cute, I think I got some left here. It's like this really tiny a box pleated trim, black trim. So tiny. It must be, I don't know, half an inch, a little over half an inch. It's so cute. So I had to use that there. I made this little book, and I also showed you guys in the tutorial with the rolled with these rolled roses here that I made. I also gave a tip on how I make the little mini books using some of the leftover paper and the staples. So check that out. Again, the link will be below. And so all you have to do after you've got the little book pages together, then you just add your book cover. So I just, I used very thin chipboard to wrap around the book, and then I made a little spine using the paper collection, and then the This piece I used from the paper collection, also fussy cut that out, and then I did a little band coming around it as if it was one of those little magnetic closures, and I added just a little square brad to it. So I really like the way that turned out. I also have, you know, like a little bookmark type of thing, the string going in there with the key hanging out, so I really like how that looks. Tim Holtz light bulb there, another Prima flower. This is an I Am Rose flower, and I have some of the little ruler pieces coming out, and some trim here. And then this is some more of that beautiful mesh wire, like chicken wire. And then going to this one here, you'll have to excuse, this is just part of the easel that I'm using to hold this up. So this is actually, back here is some of the ruler pieces I got from Joanne. I think I don't know where, oh here it is. It's just this piece I got from the sewing section. I just cut off the very end and had the metal piece sticking up there. And then these are some of the porcelain flowers with the two-tone, the pink there. I have some little trim coming down here. One of the wood pieces from the Prima Almanac collection, and I just turned it the other way so that the print side was facing inward because I wanted the wood part showing. This is a word stick from Tim Holtz, and I've just put some string along there and let it hang down, and then I have some more of the mesh material back here. And then some more of the bling coming down this one. This is a beautiful scrapbooking flower from I Am Roses. I absolutely love it. I just took out the stamens and added this nice beautiful button. And again, as you guys can see, everything is sort of touched with gesso, just sort of grunge it up a little bit because I know my friend likes that. And then so this, I really like how this one turned out. This is, I used the mesh wire I mentioned here, this stuff, and I made it so it was about a centimeter, so it's not flat against the paper, it's about a centimeter outward, so there is some space back there. I weaved in this little play dream laugh from the Prima Almanac collection, and I just weaved it in through the wires, so I really like how that turned out. And then another cutout from the collection, a Prima flower here, just a wing charm I had in my stash, and this is just a piece I cut out from the collection too. And then going to the very last box, this is some of that beautiful rosette trim, you guys. Misty sent this to me as well in the rack with the order that I sent. You guys, this is so beautiful, Misty. Anyway, this is a crown charm from Tim Holtz. This is a Prima flower, I Am Roses crochet flower, and this is a flat back pearl with a ribbon buckle I got from Joanne, and this is a rose I made again with a pearl in it. And then this is just one of those blue moon charms. It's an M because it's for my friend and her initial is M, and I put it here, and I had the little, because if she hangs it on the wall or puts it on an easel like this, the chain will dangle nicely just like that. And so I've also took a black metal chain and hooked it up through either side there, and then I just added a jump ring there to the key so that I can hang from the key. So that's that part. So anyways, you guys, that is pretty much it. Let me just back up here. So that's my printer's tray, you guys. I really hope you like it, and I really hope my friend likes it. So anyways, let me know what you think. Please leave a comment, and yeah, take care everyone. Happy scrapping. Bye!